Disaster Management, A Canadian Result by Tiffany Kroll. From day one, society has had to form some sort of emergency preparedness plan. It almost seems natural. There are many natural hazards that are always going to be around that we can't control. So when one society learns from it, they prepare and mitigate and teach the next generation and so on and so on. Probably the earliest we've seen in our generation was in the Cold War when the militia created shelters that would prepare early warnings for air raids. Canada is actually pretty prone to a few natural disasters. It's located in the northern hemisphere and encompassed by water. Any way you look, you find an ocean or a bay or a sea. You would think hurricanes would be a likely assumption, however, the water doesn't get hot enough for hurricanes to occur in this part of the hemisphere. Flooding happens to be Canada's most natural, recurring disaster. It happens more than any other natural disaster in Canada. Canada is ranked second in frequency for having tornadoes. And the tornadoes are located in the lower hemisphere from Alberta to Ontario. Having been through these experiences, Canada is better prepared for these instances. Canada implements what is called Public Safety Canada. It's formed in 2003 when the government was reconstructed. Public Safety Canada works solely to reduce the effects that any disaster could have in various forms of mitigation and preparation. Under this organization, many others work closely to ensure that public safety is the main concern. Canada's management preparedness works much like the United States in regards of mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. They also respond from a bottom up, being at the local level, then the province, and then the nation. Canada's only obstacle is the unknown. For instance, they're more prone to flooding, so they're more prepared for flooding. However, if a pandemic were to occur, then there's no telling if they'd be prepared. We can't expect every nation to have every disaster detailed out as to what's going to happen or how it's going to happen because we don't know. So we prevent things by knowing what other societies have done and other societies have been affected by. When the United States was affected by 9/11, Canada's public safety created policies to articulate the need of the airline security. So they too secured their airlines better, ensured that there was more protocols that would be initialized. In their revamp of policies and responsibilities, the Department of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness Act was created to serve just that purpose. By learning from an event or disaster, we can mitigate and prepare to heavily reduce our risk of hazard to our society. After all, without any plan, we're not much of a society at all, are we?